Okay. What's the time? What's the time? Just so I can keep track of time.
Yeah?
Time.
Time. Keep the time.
Okay, so I'll bring it back at 11 o'clock tonight. Go.
Oh, the time is wrong.
Yeah, I said 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Okay. Oh, engine braking. Forgot what that feels like. Back brake. Not very good. Okay, so I've got a quick shifter. I don't need a shift. Okay, brakes pretty good. Mirrors exceptionally dirty. Okay, so this is first time on a Superduke. I think this is the 2017 or 2016. I'm not too sure when the new shape was. I think it was 2016 or 2017. I don't know. Yeah, so I just thought I'd come and test it out. I've always wanted to test one and see how it compares to my Tuono. This one is obviously a different league to the Tuono I have, as mine is a 2011. The older, alright, jeez dude, the older Duke would be more of a comparison, as that's what they were up against each other in the years that they came out. So, okay, so trying to fix this damn mirror. So yeah, pretty comfortable, quite a high ride compared to the Tuono. My legs are quite straight. Pegs are a lot lower as well. I quite like this dash. It's the first time I've seen this dash in person. I've only seen it in pictures, and it's actually a lot smaller than I expected it to be. Not that that matters. Okay, throttle response is quite nice. Yeah, that's a sensitive clutch. So I don't need to use the clutch. I don't know why I'm doing that. Ah yes, buttons. Clicky buttons are my favorite. My main complaint with my bike is that the indicator doesn't click when you activate it, which is super annoying. I like having a clicking... Yo, that dude's on a mission. I like having a clicky button, as you know that it's actually been activated. Click, it's off. So nice. Yeah, small things like that make difference to me. Okay, so the bars feel quite wide. Oh, jeez, that was a heavy change. The bars feel quite wide compared to what my Tuono is like, but I haven't ridden my Tuono with bars for four months now, so I can't really compare that much. The seat is very comfortable though. It's like a cup. The seat on my bike is a lot flatter and a lot harder. This feels hard but comfortable. Okay, let's see if we can get a chance to open it up. Very positive gear change. Ah, it feels good. Oh, it feels weird to ride a naked bike again. I'm so used to my other bike. Okay, let's go. Popo. Okay, so this is sport mode. Quite a bit of vibration coming through the pegs, but that's a twin characteristic. Can't really fault it for that. Okay, let's clutch this down. Ugh. Oh, that was jerky. Okay. Okay, that's higher revs changing is better. There we go. Yeah. Okay, using the quick shifter in the much higher revs feels a lot better. Like most quick shifters, especially even on my bike, they don't like being used at such low RPMs. It's better just to clutch it down. It seems like this is the same. So yeah, once you get the revs up there, it's way smoother. In my manual for the Aprilia, it actually says don't use the quick shifter under 4,000 RPM. So manufacturers know it as well. Okay, let's get onto here. Okay, so the grunt is not bad. Nice pop from the exhaust. It's got the standard can on it. I want to try and open it up a bit more, see what it feels like. Reminds me of my old Tuono. I had the 2004 Tuono, but it was a 1000cc twin. This is a 1300cc twin, 1301. Yeah. Pretty nice pull. Nice light handling. Okay, let's get into the Duval drive. Yeah, quite a bit of vibration coming through my left foot peg here. Get out the way. Where are you going? Oh, that's a lot of vibration. Man, it feels weird hanging off a naked again. Okay, engine braking is something I need to get used to. With my Tuono, with the race mapping now, the race mapping did away with a lot of engine braking. What the hell is that guy doing? The race mapping took a lot of the engine braking away. So off throttle, the bike doesn't dive as much anymore, which is nice. But I mean, off throttle here at high RPM, it doesn't seem to really bother me. It's only low throttle that you can really notice it. Man, it feels twitchy. Forgot how sensitive bars can be. Yeah, see those brakes? Yeah, pretty decent. Can easily one finger them. I'm like a little apprehensive to use the downshifter because it's so jerky at lower RPMs. What is this? 6,000 RPM. It gets a bit of a clunk when you go down. Ah! Very comfortable, I must say. Just having the slightly lower pegs makes a big difference. That's why this bike is often praised for its ergonomics. It can do kind of best of both worlds, sporty riding as well as commuting, because the pegs are at a nice level. Your legs aren't scrunched up high like the Tuono. The Tuono is essentially just an RSV4 with handlebars, whereas the Superduke is a from the ground up naked bike. Much like the S1000 is basically S1000 RR but with higher bars. Okay, so I'm just going to pull off here and put it into brakes. Put it into sport. Still recording? Yes. What is it? Set. Set again. Speed trip. No, wasn't that. Hold down set. Oh, there we go. How did I get there? Set, sport mode, close throttle. Okay, sport mode. Let's go. Sounds pretty good with a stock pipe, to be honest. Yeah. Can we maybe get a chance to go? Let's go. Woo! That is twitchy. Ah, that's better. Way better. Screw sport mode. I mean street mode. This is much nicer. This has the twitchy throttle that I can compare to track mode on the Tuono. Track mode on the Tuono is very sensitive. Turning circle, I can actually turn around. Yeah, track mode on the Tuono is very sensitive, and I don't actually ever use it on the road because it's just too much. You don't need that much sensitivity. Okay, let's go. Okay. Try and get a power wheelie. Oh, it's more engine braking. It feels like more engine braking. What's the time? 10 to 11 at night. Still want to take a picture somewhere. Definitely feels a lot more raw than my Tuono does. My Tuono is very smooth, doesn't have very much vibration at all, while still delivering the brutal power that it has. Not as brutal as this, but just obviously different engine types feel different, and this one's just more involving, I guess. Okay, can we go? Let's go. Oh, there we go. 9,000 RPM is where the power comes. Yeah, see, off throttle at high RPM, much better. Now I have a call. I do find I don't know if it's the brakes that are so sharp or if the suspension that's set a little bit soft, but it does dive quite a bit under braking. Alright, let's talk about wind blast. So yeah, it's actually a surprisingly low amount of wind pressure at this speed. Thank you. The one thing that is quite different to well, let me just get back to the windscreen. Yeah, not too much wind blast at this speed. That remodeled headlight seems to be making a bit of a difference. The other thing that I just remembered now from when my Tuono had bars was the lightness of the front end. So when you leant over, there's obviously not as much feedback coming from the front tire as if you've got clip-ons and there's extra weight on the bar. So like when you're going fast and you lean over, you can't really feel what the front tire is doing. So that's just something I noted. Not a bad thing, it's just not used to it again. You just learn to trust your tire after a while and know that it's going to stick. But yeah, from this short little half an hour ride, I must say this bike is pretty impressive. I definitely would not switch from my Tuono. I really like that bike. I just think it's two different bikes really, the way they deliver power and the way they ride and feel. But I just prefer the way the V4 delivers power, sounds and rides. But I can definitely see that this is a hooligan bike. It likes to be revved out. Much like the Tuono power kicks in at about also 8,000 RPM. The difference is that I've still got another 5,000 revs to go. Won't let me power wheelie. Yeah, so the difference is that on the V4 you've got another 5,000 revs to use. So the power band feels a bit wider. Whereas on this, it felt like the power was 7.5, 8, and you're redlining at 10. So the range seemed a little bit smaller. Wasn't able to fully open it up, but yeah. I mean, even from 3,000, there's decent pull. Second gear, 3,000. Oh, there we go. That was easy power wheelie. Never mind. Just wasn't wringing its neck hard enough. Just have to be a little bit heavier with the throttle. Pretty stable wheelie. Didn't actually even realize the wheel was off the ground. Obviously now I decide I can do wheelies and shit 100 meters away from the dealership. Okay, well, that is the bike done. Whew.